Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astrojyoti Healing. In this video, we are going to see transit of Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. Those of you who are new to astrology, Venus, Sun and Mercury go through one sign each month, and now all three of them are about to transit or transiting through the sign of Sagittarius. Venus has enmity with the Sagittarius Lord Jupiter, and hence placement of Venus in Sagittarius is not that easy. Basically, it is the conflict between two different philosophies. It is about either choosing one of them or trying to see the best picture available. But Venus always finds it difficult when it transits through the sign of Sagittarius. So this video applies to you if you have Venus placed in the sign of Sagittarius in your natal horoscope. This video is also important for you if your Rashi or your ascendant or your Lagna is either Taurus or Libra, because Venus is very important planet for you and it is going to transit through the sign of Sagittarius. In the sign of Sagittarius, Venus will transit through three different nakshatras. The first one will be Mula, that is nakshatra of Ketu. The second one will be own nakshatra of Venus, that is Purvashada. And the third nakshatra will be Uttarashada, that is nakshatra of Sun. That means Venus will have to transit through two difficult nakshatras. One is nakshatra of Ketu, where this Venus presence will make one pay to the karmic debt that is coming from the past life, and that would be mainly related to the relationships. Venus in Mula is comparatively difficult to deal with because it brings certain issues with relationships that are unknown to us, and people may question that I have not done anything wrong, then why do I have to go through it? And which is perfectly understandable. Usually, if people try to be more spiritual, if they try to let go of ego, this transit of Venus through Mula will be better to deal with. In the nakshatra of Purvashada, Venus is comparatively at ease in its own nakshatra. It is about choosing the right relationships, trying to choose the right strategy, trying to get the right advice, and these people can usually manage it. In Mula, Venus may try to reject the relationships completely, but it will be difficult initially because it's a very spiritual placement. The best option for Venus Mula is make a guru, make an advisor, and try to have cordial relationships with them. In Purvashada, Venus can be very creative, it can be very inspiring. At the same time, people may notice that this Venus is full of doubts. This Venus can question everything and eventually spoil many relationships. And hence, people have talents, people have so many good qualities with Venus in Sagittarius, but how they use it is very important. And it's always good to use those talents in order to help the humanity and try to be spiritual, and hence these talents will be better recognized. There is a story in Purana which says Guru Shukracharya became blind, so he has just one functioning eye, and hence placement of Venus in Purvashada, people should try to slow down and take the view from both sides and then react. Otherwise, there is a tendency of being too idealistic or trying to just see one side and take a decision in a hurry, and usually that decision is wrong. Then Venus will transit through the nakshatra of Sun, that is Uttarashada in Sagittarius side. That time Venus finds it very difficult to stay away from luxuries. Rather, there is a chance that these people will get totally drowned into indulgence and they will forget the spirituality, or rather they will have lot of ego about their power, their position, their talents, and then they will commit mistakes. Depending on what kind of aspects this Venus has, usually people will try to learn to stay away from their desires and channel this energy towards the betterment of humanity. Now, when Venus is transiting through the sign of Sagittarius, we have Sagittarius Lord Jupiter placed in the nakshatra of Uttarashada, and it is with Saturn. That means how creative you are, how expressive you are, how talented you are, you will have to work, or you will have to design or come up with the philosophies that are good for everybody. If you try to be selective, if you try to come up with something that is just for a selected group of society, then it will be difficult task to get it out or get it successful in that. However, if you use this Venus energy in curing, caring, nurturing for the masses, then very likely Saturn is going to help you a lot. And this Venus will definitely work in a better way in terms of personal relationships as well. Presence of Rahu in Taurus is another side right now which is creating some kind of smoke, delusion, illusion about all kinds of inventions, all kinds of efforts that are related to either arts, music, science, technology, and instead of using all of them for the betterment of humanity, people are getting stuck into the controversies or the theories that are being put forward. To those of you who have been following astrology for a while, they know that Venus is about all the sweet pleasures. And when Venus is placed in the sign of Sagittarius, these pleasures are about teacher-preacher kind of things. It is about human-centric or human-centered philosophies related pleasures. And hence, this is a great placement for somebody who is working as a teacher, preacher, coach, trainer, whether you are in the field of science, technology or philosophy, or you are a school teacher, college teacher, or you are advisor. This is a great placement to have if you are in any field related to these roles. Usually people with Venus in Sagittarius are successful as coaches and trainers. Even though Shukra doesn't enjoy this placement, it is still a good placement as far as the end result is considered. If this Shukra is placed in the 4th house where Shukra gets Digbala, that is a great placement for you. These people usually will have pleasures about good vehicles, properties, as far as all the female relationships in their life will be definitely beneficial to them. Usually people with Venus in Sagittarius travel a lot. They get a chance to roam around the world and discuss and share their philosophies, their theories, as long as they are beneficial to the human beings. Who are the famous people who have Venus placed in the sign of Sagittarius? Osho Rajneesh, Joseph Stalin, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, actress Aishwarya Rai, Indira Gandhi, Larry King, Steve Jobs. People with Venus in Sagittarius will usually try to seek life partner or a business partner that is related to teaching, coaching, or they are priests or professors. They are good in some kind of theory and philosophy. They could be associated with universities and international education. If this Venus in Sagittarius is placed in the 6th house, depending on what are the aspects on this Venus, people could have certain addiction issues. If you have this placement in your natal horoscope and you are finding it difficult to deal with your relationships, or you are finding it difficult to learn new things, the great remedy for this placement is trying to go back to the roots, to the origin, and try to connect with nature. If you are a believer, you can also do puja or mantra jap for any goddess, maybe it's Durga, Parvati or Saraswati. And the best remedy for any Venus placement is respect women. If you want to know if you have this placement or you want to know more about this placement, send an email to iamsonalijoshi@gmail.com. Please like this video, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to this channel. Namaste, thank you, Shubhamastu.